Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Indie Talk 101. It is good to be able to talk to you guys. I don't know the last time I've actually made like a sit down talk video on Instagram. I think it was 2020, 2021. The only thing I have like one or two videos of me doing that. But I'm just excited for just like a fresh start and to actually, have the confidence to just come and do this. I do it on my Instagram stories. If you don't know, Indie Talk 101 started on Snapchat with me just ranting and making videos, but now it's just me a lot wiser, more mature with my mindset coming, and I'm giving advice and really just speaking on my life and my life experiences. That's primarily how it started. But so I'm going to my notes right now. And okay, so boom. So today's topic is being present in your own life. I'm going to make a part 2 to this because I know it's something that I still struggle with, but I am getting out of the mindset of not like, oh, I don't want to make videos because I haven't, seen the other side of that thing that I'm struggling with. I want to wait until, I get it right or until I solve that issue. But the whole point of being transparent, also sometimes being able to help people while you're in the midst of going through your own stressness in your life. Stressness isn't a word, but you get what I'm saying. So we have the good old notes here, but it's really just everything off of the dome. So yeah, we're just gonna get started. So yeah, being present in your own life, it's so important. I think especially just being a very ambitious person, I can get very lost in chasing the next thing. And I'm not saying don't have the hustle mentality, don't work hard, stop right now and things like that and give yourself a break all the time. But there comes a time in our life where it's just like we're in such a race, but where are we going? Like we will get there. In being 22, it's like I'm always trying to focus on the next thing, focus on the next thing, focus on the next thing, the next thing, London thing, not London trying to come out of me, the next thing, when I'm not ungrateful, but I'm not appreciating in full form where I am in my life right now. So then it kind of gets to a point where when you get to that next level or that next thing, you kind of don't carry a sense of gratefulness that you should, because you're not really realizing where you are now, where you've came from. Because where I am now is a prayer that I prayed for years ago, and I didn't even realize, like, of course I deal with my issues just growing into adulthood and moving to a new state and everything, and literally moving across the country. But it's also like, girl, you're not where you used to be last year. Like, not only physically, like literally, but mentally, spiritually, career wise, like opportunity wise. And so it really helps to give me, when I think back on things like that, it really helps me to have an appreciation on where I am now, and to exclude a type of gratitude that I will carry with me in the future, into my next journey, into my next step. Especially because hustle culture is real, and it's like you got to wake up at 5 a.m. and do this and X, Y, and Z. And yes, those things can build, if you're not a morning person, it can build discipline, which is something I know in a lot of areas I lack and that I've been working on. But you can also get things done being just a night owl. So there's just certain things that, like, I really want us to understand about not feeling like you have to chase everything, and to just be present in your own life. And something that I heard that really stuck with me is just being where your feet are planted. Now, this does not speak to every situation that you're in your life, in any season, any particular place that you are in your life. But to me, what being where my feet is planted is just taking in where I am now, because life is experiential. You'll get to the destinations, but it's about who you become, and who you meet, and what you learn and what you unlearn, and what you fixate on, and what you change about yourself, all of that in the process, so that you can fully be who you're meant to be during that season in your life, with that career, in your life, with that friendship, wherever it may be. And I never thought about it like that. You know, me and my best friend used to always say, like, where we are souls just having a human experience. And I didn't even realize in my own life, well, absolutely, because the things that we go through and the things that we encounter, they're all experiential. These are all experiences that we're going to. And of course, you may want to get to a certain point eventually, but right now in this season, this is who you're needed to be. This is who you need to be by. This is what you need to be surrounded by. This is who you need to be for this person. This is this experience that you need to have. And so that's in fully taking that in, fully embracing that. If you're in a season where it really is just, you're able to just chill, like not really have to stress about doing too much, and that's the season, and enjoy that. If you're in a season or in a time where you are hustling and you making things shake, then that's where you are. But that's what being where your feet are planted means to me. It's not always about chasing the next thing. And I'm not saying this in front of working hard and making opportunities and networking and things like that. I am just saying, though, it is okay to just slow down for a minute, and it is okay for you to just breathe in and breathe out, because we only do get one shot at this life. And it's really important that through that time that you're able to you do take care of yourself. You take care of your mental, you take care of your spirituality. Like, you really just focus on yourself and just carry a lot of selfishness in a good way, because you matter the most. You know, you're the first person you encounter when you wake up, and when you go to sleep. So you have to take care of you first and foremost. Once again, like I said, this is something that I do struggle with and I do need to work on. I obviously believe that I'm working on it now because I became aware of it. I was not aware of it, you know, because it's like, okay, Indy, like, you're 22 and I don't even think you truly understand, like, how much you've accomplished, like how far you've came. Like, I don't think you understand that you're good. It's normal to struggle with what you're struggling with at 22 years old, just coming out of college. Like, I've been very frustrated about being able to actually find a full-time, stable career in my field. That's been so hard. You know, financial issues of growing into adulthood. Like, it sucks. Like, they always say, like, the 20s are your best years, but I feel like the 20s are filled with so much anxiety because you're literally becoming somebody that you've never were before. You're literally adulting and dealing with things you never done. And while they call 30 old for whatever reason, 30s are young. Like, 30s are probably what your 20s necessarily will be, but everybody's 20s, everybody's age in life, it just differs, and it depends on your situation. But also, yeah, so embrace the positive of where you are now. Life is going to come with its ups and downs. I'm sure you guys know it's going to come with as many negatives as it can throw, but we could cancel all that out by truly just embracing the positive of where you are now and the positive things that are happening, and doing your best to lean on those, so that way your perspective can also be positive as well. If you feel like you truly have genuinely nothing to be happy about, joyful about, grateful about, I pray that you find something in that sense. But for those who, even in the midst of what they are going through, they do have something positive to look at, to think of, to be grateful about, really truly lean on that and allow that to fuel you into having an optimistic mindset about where you are right now. And lastly, I just want to say, trust that everything will be all right. Like, trust that, my eyes are jingle. Trust that everything will be okay. Like, give your plan time for it to actually work out. So I've been on a tremendous search and viewer, been a big fan of just watching the Lion King press runs. And being very honest, I haven't been very familiar with Aaron Pierre and Kelvin Harrison's work in the past, but I do know that they are in their prime right now when it comes to their acting and the roles and the people that they're portraying. And I went to go look up their age, and if they're not 30, I think they'll be 30 soon. I know their birthdays are around the same time, I believe, or they're born the same year or something like that. And not only just watching them during these press runs have been like amazing and fun, and my little media geek self, I really truly enjoy it, but just also understanding that it's okay if it doesn't happen for you now. They're 30. Once again, people try to press 30 as old, but they're 30 and they're like in the prime of just the beginning. That's the beautiful part. They're literally at the top of just the beginning of where they're going, right? So I think at 22, just like, I keep bringing my age into play because I'm so hard on myself, and I'm always just like trying to go after the next thing and the next thing, because I feel like, oh, it has to happen for me this year. It has to happen for me now. You know, I want to be the youngest to do this, or I want it to work out now. And it's just like, things take time. And the more you focus on trying to get there instead of literally developing yourself and allowing yourself to be developed and to mature in certain ways and to grow in certain ways to be the person that you're supposed to be when you do get to your prime season, you know, you're going to miss out on all that by constantly just having one target goal and, you know, having tunnel vision, which is absolutely necessary. I live by it, but to a sense where you're not, like I said, really being present in where you are now. You know, not saying you have to be comfortable in where you are now, because I get it. We all have places that we're trying to go, you know, who we're trying to become, the specific person that we're trying to become, the money that we're trying to make, the housing that we're trying to acquire and live in and buy. So yeah, but I look at things like that, and a lot of other moguls and entrepreneurs and people who are like, didn't get their start until they were in their late 30s, early 40s. And so what? You know? But had they given up when they were 30, thinking all this time that they couldn't get it, then they wouldn't become who they are. We wouldn't know who they were because they chose to give up. So I just don't want you guys to give up. But I want you all to just be present in where you are, or present in trying to find the positive in where you're going and where you are right now, and to embrace that, to trust the process, to trust your plan, and to give it time. Know that it could happen for you at any age. And also, I brought it up a lot, but I'm convicted of saying, like, don't allow age to be a factor in what you choose to do. You are never too young or too old, but also time doesn't wait. So if you know that you're meant to do it, if you know that you're meant to be that, and you have that calling, then do it. A wise woman, Priscilla Schreier, I love her. She once said in her sermon that your age isn't necessarily based off of like how young or old. Oh, she's young. Oh, she's old. He's young. He's old. It isn't based off of the current age that you are right now, but it is based off your death date. And I know that's very morbid and it's very deep of me to say, but it's the truth. If you are 19 but you're only going to live until you're like 25, you're pretty old. But if you're 60 and you're going to live to 100, you're pretty young. So I say that to say, don't wait. Whatever God is tugging and pulling at your heart, go for it. The whole live fast and, you know, I don't know, you just don't know. So just make the best out of who you are meant to be now, and what God is calling for you to do now. If he's calling and tugging at your heart, you don't know why that could be, whether it's a good reason or maybe not, but it's a necessary reason for him to for him to tug at your heart and get your attention. Whatever dreams and visions that you've had that you want to come into fruition, that you know God has showed you, just do it. I can't think of anything else other to say than that. And trust that God will develop it and you can make it all fancy and neat on the way there. Don't get so fixated in planning and trying to have this great big launch that it goes from high to nothing, because I can attest, and if you have trailed me, you can attest that I've done that a lot, and that's not who I want to be or what I want to be known as. But just trust that you'll learn things along the way. If you want to start a podcast or whatever it may be, and you want to get all the cute merch and all that, just do all that in the midst of it, but have some few episodes under your belt and just get started and take you serious. But now I'm rambling, which I love to do. But yeah, once again, I just want to say thank you guys for the support thus far. If you haven't told a friend, tell a friend. I'm not here to, you know, beg for followers or subscribers or anything like that. I truly feel my calling is much more than that, and I cannot wait to start this journey with you guys. Expect talks like this, sports interview, entertainment interviews, a lot of different things. It's not really just down to like one niche. It's a lot that I'll be doing. So I love you guys, but Jesus loves you more. Be encouraged and just take it easy, and always try to find the joy in a bit of your life. Okay, I love you. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're alive. I'm glad you're here with us, gracing this earth with your wonderful presence, Queen and King. Until next time, see you guys.